a local group of mountain climbers, the highest peak, I hear.
That's right. We've got some local heroes with us. They survived, right? We've got Trent Buchanan next to me. We've got Zach Berger in the center and Matt Hall. And we're talking about the recent climb to the top of one of the highest or the highest mountain in the continental U.S. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks.
Okay, what mountain are we talking about, Trent?
It's Mt Whitney in California.
And what made you guys want to do this?
We were looking for something unique to do and something that would make us get in shape. And this is one thing that we chose. And I was able to recruit these guys to go with me.
Okay, then begs the question, how was the training?
It was tough. We trained for a few months. The hardest thing to replicate is the altitude. Living at 500 feet and going out and climbing a mountain that's over 14,500 feet. That's the hardest part.
I was going to say, it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
And Matt, how many days and hours did it take you guys from when you began to when you got to the top?
We started at like 12:30, and then it took us a little over 17 hours.
17? Did you sleep during that time?
No.
So you're just awake for 17 straight hours climbing?
Non-stop.
What are you eating?
Okay, so a lot of people do this in multiple days. So we wanted to do it in one day. So we started just after midnight, and it took us 17 hours to do it.
So wait, why did you start at nighttime when it's dark?
Because the main reason for that is because of the weather. We have to be off the peak before afternoon because that's when the weather can get bad. Because that's how people get hurt mainly is because of lightning.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, because it's so exposed on the top.
Well, I want to ask you, were you nervous about this? I mean, what are your family and friends saying? Like, what's your mom saying? Like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, my mom, she had done a little research and was a little worried about it. As far as my concern, I kind of took the ignorance is bliss approach. I just trusted that Trent was our mountaineering expert, so I just kind of blindly agreed to go.
And we're looking at some pictures here. Is this, what part of the journey is this?
That was actually halfway, and we look really good for halfway.
I was going to say, you're standing.
Yeah, so that's actually when the sun came up. That's at about 13,000. That's the peak in the distance there. That's actually Zach. And that's some of the exposure. You can see how it really drops off.
I was going to say, besides injuring yourself, falling, lightning, what are some other things that you guys are up against out there?
The two things that you can't predict are the altitude and the weather.
Yeah.
And so you don't really know how your body's going to deal with the altitude until you get there. So that was one thing that we were worried about. And also we did it in one day, so it was 22 miles. So we're just hoping our body can stand up to that as well.
Well, one day, why the one day? Why'd you say, we want to do this and straight through?
We could make up a great answer for that, but the main reason is because we were going to Vegas the next day.
Okay, well that's reason enough, right? Well, this is a really good experience for all of you. I assume some pretty intense bonding. Would you do it again?
Not a chance.
Not a chance. Why?
Just being like freaked out for 17 hours attempting to do it. I don't see myself doing it again.
Yeah, would you say was it more nerve-wracking or more fun? How would you break it down?
Nerve-wracking once you get up to the top. Like once you have like the pictures you showed earlier, the exposure and stuff. But then like once you get back down towards the bottom, it's a good time. Well,
there's lots of other mountains out there. That's all I'm saying. What about another mountain? What about like a Kilimanjaro or something that's not necessarily as intense per se as some would say as this one is?
I think we could do it. I think give us some time to rest from this one, and we'll see what the future holds.
There was a fourth person in your shot. He did make it home, right? He's fine.
He did.
He just didn't come today.
Yeah, he's from Salt Lake City, so he couldn't make the trip down today.
Couldn't make it down today. Any advice, I guess, that you guys have for other people that are out there watching that say, you know what, we want to do that. We might want to try climbing that.
I think you need to have someone that has some experience doing it, and I think before you do Mt. Whitney, the best thing would be to get some experience on easier mountains. And there are easier ones in Colorado for sure that you could practice on before you go to the really difficult one.
Okay, Matt, Zach, Trent, thank you all for being here. Really cool pictures.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
And I don't believe you. I think you're going to do another one. We'll check in with you guys. Thanks so much. Thanks. We've got to take a quick break, but still ahead on Talk of Alabama, we've got an in-studio science experiment. We're going to talk about kids and how they can learn and still have fun outside of the classroom. We'll be right back. Stay with us.